same this oil, and I was supposed to get 5W20 instead of 5W30 and shit. And so I called Dad after when I realized it. He was like, "No, it's only 10% thicker. It'll be fine." And I'm like, "Okay, you sure?" But so far nothing.
Speaking of 10% thicker, guys, we are here. This very special episode of Art of the Jam. We were on the road. And he already fucked up.
No, before I even fucked up.
Yeah, in the little compartment there. Let's go get the funnel, guys. This is Art of the Jam, episode 112. If I got that wrong, I think I might, yeah, haven't done one since, so after 10 comes 12, I assume. But I will crudely record a correction over whenever I said 112. So if it ends up being 112, you'll hear a 112 over the 111. So we are here at the Loves, just outside of Joplin, and the weather is fine. Oh, we found the funnel.
Last thing that was in this was oil, right?
Yeah, it's an oil funnel.
I remember last time we did use a funnel for transmission.
No, it was oil last time. But... Oh shit! I'm still getting a hang of the holding this thing. This is the. Pardon me, guys. I just got interrupted by my fucking alarm that was supposed to go off a long time ago.
Yeah, that was a weird alarm.
Yeah, it's supposed to scare me awake.
Well, that's it sounded futuristic as shit.
I think it's actually called like sci-fi or digital or something like that. But so yeah, we're just changing the oil and then we're gonna be on our merry way. We left in the night last night. We haven't even got to our first destination. We're on our way to OKC. That is Oklahoma, Kansas City, Oklahoma City. I don't know why I said that way. But you know what? We're here and we're doing it.
The longest dipstick you'll ever see.
Ooh, that's a long dipstick.
Yeah, you can't even get into the hole.
That's a long dipstick. Yeah.
Pull it out again.
Hey man, as long as we ain't dead, we good. We Gucci, as the kids would say. But like I was saying, I think before my alarm went off and interrupted the video feed here, I literally just picked up the camera for the first time. I haven't ever actually like held the camera and moved around with it. I don't even know if I'm in frame. I don't know if he's in frame. I don't know if anybody's in frame. I don't even know if this is still recording. But guys, this is Art of the Jam, episode 111. This is our third tour of the year. And there's an engine. I don't know if that came up, but I should still be able to be heard. But oh, you're fucking dripping our precious. He had to spill a little oil for the homies. It is dripping literally everywhere, though. Oh well, engine fire wouldn't be the first. But guys, we'll get back at you tonight probably after the show. We got our first show tonight at the Grand Royale in Oklahoma City, and then we're in Dallas after that. So we'll check in with you after that shit. I don't have any questions for you. I didn't come prepared. All right. And I might have a question later, but this is not the time. We're trying to get back on the road. We're making coffee, checking oil, checking tire pressure. We're doing all the shit so we don't fucking... we're going to minimize the possibility of dying like the last two tours this year. So hopefully, and like I said yesterday off camera, the van and the universe are in cahoots, and let's hope let's hope that they have only good things in store for us. What's that looking like? We good. That being said, guys, cue the intro.
Boom.
Okay. Shit. Guys, we're back. This is what, day 3, I think, of On the Road here, and we were at yet another Loves.
We love loves, if you didn't know that.
And crows in the parking lot,
Crow
waiting
feather.
for us to all to die, and that's cool. But yeah, I said that I would get back to you guys after the last video, but it was a late night. It was a swell show. We played at the Grand Royale in Oklahoma City, and with a band called Ugly Bands, I guess, Ugly Smuggler.
Ugly Bands.
And,
That's what I thought you were gonna say.
No, 2 bands, Ugly Smuggler and 2 Rivers, and both are fucking awesome. I enjoy seeing the other bands. It's a good time. Big shout out to Phil, aka Penis.
Phil.
He gave us coins to play pinball machines.
Lost him.
Yeah.
And then regained him. And then lost him again.
I put him into the James Bond machine. There was a James Bond pinball machine, and I wanted to be fucking James Bond. But I didn't get to. So I had to play Jurassic Park pinball, which was equally as cool, I'm not going to lie.
The little, like, video game thing sequence they had on that screen.
That took way too long, yeah.
Yeah.
It's cool, but I'm like, whenever I'm playing pinball, I'm like amped. I'm like, let's load the ball, let's fucking fire it up, let's do it. I'm ready to be a pinball wizard, not sit here and watch a fucking movie. Dude, pinball's fucking fun. That's probably one of my favorite games, to be honest with you. But yeah, Phil, he was the bartender. Ty on sound, and yeah, Ugly Smuggler. They had a lot of surf rock vibes. They had a song called Waltz that I really enjoyed because it was obviously a 3/4 waltz. And I think they said that was on their Spotify, so I got to check that out because I really enjoyed that. And then the fucking 2 Rivers guy, it was a bass player who played an octave up, kind of like 3 versus the Turnpike, that one band we played in Memphis. They were a 2-piece as well. It was just a drummer and a bass player. They were a little heavy, for what they are. What was it? Usually when a band is like, we're going to do another brick in the wall, I'm usually like, okay, fuck this shit.
Yeah, no, that was dope as shit.
But it was really good. Like, it was a little, it was very doomy. Like, it was a very, it was a lot heavier and doomy. That's the only thing I can describe it as, is like doomier than the actual song, obviously. They really made it their own, is what I'm trying to say. That's the shit. I like it when bands can take a cover and actually make it their own, and make it like if you didn't know what the song was, you wouldn't even know it's a cover. Or if you didn't know what the song was, you would think it's their song. And that's the way to fucking do it. But no, but yeah, we're here in I don't even know where we are. We're like 2 hours west of Dallas, I think. And we have a show tonight at Craft and Growler. I can't remember the other. Oh, we're with the two bands called Dogs Can Talk.
Dude,
And,
that is dope.
Yeah, and then I think a band
We
called
didn't have
Home.
headphones on.
I think a band called Home and Away or something like of that nature. But we will
I'll get you.
we will see how that goes. So far so good, but it's only show 2. We have a long way to go still. But
Yeah.
no, but
You're pretty. So many crows. You know, I just want to take one home. Look at my pet.
yeah,
Name it Todd.
there's 2 under that, 3 under that, 4 under that truck right there. Huh. But yeah. We I honestly forgot everything that I was going to say. I sit there and I run everything I'm going to say. Not everything I'm going to say, but I'm like, oh, I should talk about this. I should talk about that. And then we get on camera and I'm like, fuck this shit. I haven't had fucking coffee today. I've had like so much fucking water. I'm super hydrated. That's cool. But yeah, dog. The van doing well so far. She alright. She a little banged up.
Damn deer.
She got some blemishes, but she good. She got some flaws, but don't we all? We all have flaws, and that's cool. But no, you were talking. What were you talking about? That's what it was. It was like you were talking about the guitar, and the because I've been playing my new white Strat instead of my usual black one, and you were saying about how like it's more present.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah, and what I was saying is it's you realize, and I've probably already mentioned this before, but it's kind of crazy how like you think you have this preference sometimes. Like with the black guitar, it's like I prefer nothing but this guitar, and you think like, oh, I'll never play another guitar, but then you have this like you meet this other guitar, and you realize like I've been missing out on the ease of access, if that makes sense. Like the black guitar made me kind of work for it a little bit, which is cool. I'm gonna let this truck pass. But the ease of the black guitar made me kind of work for it a little bit, and I'm not saying the white guitar doesn't, but it's like everything is so much more there. It's like it's almost at my fingertips rather than like having to like go over here and do this and do that. It's like I can just
play.
Yeah, and it's like a direct link to my like it's almost like shortening the bandwidth between what I hear in my head to my hands to the guitar to the ear. It's like it just shortened the distance. And I realized like dude, try new shit. Don't be so attached to like the things that you think that you think that you like prefer. Like it's cool to prefer something. I'm not saying you shouldn't, but it's like at least give everything a shot. I think because I never thought like I said, I never thought I'd play the other guitar. But it just feels so much better to play that one for some reason. But after a long stare at my black guitar as it sat there and cuckolded over, me playing the white guitar, because it's still set in the chair for a minute while I played it literally sat in its cuck chair in the corner and smoked a cigar in a robe with a glass of whiskey while I played the white guitar. I think she understands. I think she's cool with it. She's getting old. Needs a little work. Needs a nose job. Whatever. But fun stuff. We're on our way to Dallas. Guys, tune in. Stay tuned. Because we is going everywhere. I'm just making up little sounds and noises. But anyway, guys, let's get back to it. Don't fidget with the mic this time. You're always fidgeting.
Huh?
So don't fidget with the mic this time. Because the last time you fidgeted with it, you were like,
why, the smaller it is, the more fusion it is.
that's mildly sexual. Anyways, guys, I do not remember the last time that we actually filmed. My iPhone said yesterday, but it feels like it was not yesterday for some reason. So, but apparently it was yesterday morning. I don't even remember where we were. We were at another Love's. We were at yet another Love's again. Last night we played the Craft and Growler in Dallas, and all I have to say about Dallas is fuck Dallas. Sorry. Everyone, I don't even want to get into it.
So mean.
Everyone seems inconsiderate. And it might just be at Walmart. But the drivers here kind of suck too. I think it just has something to do with, you guys are just aggressive here. If you're from Dallas, I'm sorry. I'm sure you're a nice person. But when you get behind the wheel of a car or behind the wheels of a Walmart cart, behind the wheels of a car, behind the wheels of a cart, kind of a dick. And that's okay. Just try not to be. But, yeah, we just finished having a pretty swell meal. I made a egg drop soup in a cast iron skillet in the fucking van. And I'm kind of up in arms over it. I think it's fucking, I thought it was
good.
I thought it was fucking great. And it, like I was saying to him earlier, though, I don't know if it was so good that, like, I made something super good, or if it was the fact that I made it in a van in a truck stop parking lot that made it super good. Like, the circumstances, the context is what makes it good. Well, there you go. I think that's pretty swell. I'll take it. Because I feel like if I would have made that the same way at home, it wouldn't have hit as hard. For me, anyway. But I don't know. What'd you think of the bands last night?
The bands, they were good. Shit. Yeah, everybody, like the band.
Please stand by.
Sorry, guys, my feeding alarm just went off.
What was the thing? Yeah, the bass player for it was like Dead Mountain, right?
Dead Mountain Talk. We played with a band called Dead Mountain Talk, DMT, and
I would love that.
Home and Away was the other band. Yeah.
But Nikki, I think was her name. She was probably one of the coolest fucking bassists I've met in a while, honestly, and a fretless one at that. That's fucking hard to do.
Yeah.
Like,
She fucking slaps. She was literally like just an amazing spirit. Like, what?
Wasn't the drummer's name Travis?
Travis, Harper,
Harper,
and Nikki.
Yeah.
Yeah. They were all very good in their own right.
Yes, and then like the way Nikki and Harper would work together, like through the bass and guitar, it was just like crazy with Travis behind it doing his thing. Dude.
He would just glue it all together, and they would just weave riffs, and it was like they're just fucking riff weavers. Is that a title, or is that a cool band name? Riff Weavers. I don't know. Maybe it's not.
An album. I think that would be an album.
If you guys ever watch this, you should name your next album Riff Weavers.
Riff Weavers.
That's pretty dope, I think. No, because there was I've repeated myself pretty much 12 times, but I haven't said it on camera. There was like a moment where he was soloing on the guitar, and he's very like particular. It's in. I was talking to him about it, and his phrasing and his cadence of solo is so peculiar. It's almost like I was telling him like it's like he'll hit a. It's not so like minor pentatonic-y type of bullshit. It's like he'll like carefully pick his words. It's like he's very methodical, but he'll hit these notes that are so like wrong, they're right, but they're intentional, and they make you do the little puppy dog thing. But then while he's doing that, then you have Nikki over there, and she's doing some crazy shit on the bass, and you don't even realize, you don't know who to pay attention to.
No.
Because there's just so much like, they're fucking great.
I don't remember anybody's name from the second band.
Noel, Andres, and Alexia.
Okay.
I always tell people to their face that I'm never going to remember their name, and then when somebody puts me on the spot, I somehow remember their name.
I was like, I'm surprised I remembered almost everybody's in the first one.
Yeah, and then there was big shout out home. Well, first let's cover Home and Away. Home and Away.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, go
Those
ahead.
guys, like, they feel the same way about how we feel about just playing too long, and it just like gets longer and longer.
Yeah, it happens, man.
But,
I feel like it's like a waste to just play like a. I don't want to say that.
like,
There's a lot of short.
I don't even know what to say about those guys. Like they're unreal. Like she probably one of the best drummers I've seen recently, besides Steven from Mad Existent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's pretty good. Yeah,
yeah,
for sure.
Like she was. I think it was like the second to last song they did, and it was like towards the end of it. She did this like weird fill, but it was like with the floor tom, but it was like the con, like,
yeah.
But it was like within the beat. It was weird as shit, and then she would like go into something else and then come back into it. It was like, what is happening right
now? Yeah, both drummers. Both drummers did something I don't understand. Yeah, I was telling him earlier there was something that Dead Mountain Talks drummer was doing. Well, I don't know who was doing it. Is the kicker?
Oh yeah,
because the drummer, it was just like you couldn't tell if it was like him hitting like just below the rim still on the head of the snare to give like this like weird pop noise, like real tight snare noise. I'm sure if you musicians out there probably know what I'm talking about, but it's like right before the rim, still on the head, and it's just like a little bouncy ball noise. I don't know if it was him doing it or if it was some sort of bass harmonic or if he was doing like a series of mutes, like or something. They all sounded like they could have been any of those things. And I'm kind of now I'm kind of curious because I'm like, if they were all doing that at the same time, that would be impressive as shit. But I still don't know. And that's kind of the mystery. Speaking of mysteries too, we're all still trying to figure out what's in room 305. I'll be honest with you. And that's all we'll say about that. So, we'll alienate the audience with an inside joke. So, if you guys ever figure out what's in room 305, please let us know in the comments. And, yeah, do it. But, big shout out to old Richard at the Crafting Growler, the owner. He's a really accommodating dude. He's real super nice. And Arnie, I don't know why the fuck he was talking up Arnie so hard. I don't know if he like is into him or something, or secretly has a crush on Arnie. I don't know, but he was talking up Arnie. Huh?
I said, watch out, Arnie.
Watch out, Arnie. Richard's coming for you. But no.
No, you guys are wonderful.
Yeah, fucking great, dude.
Just the hospitality you guys have is awesome.
For sure. I will say though that the Dallas State Fair can go fuck itself too.
Well, that's cool though. Month straight. I mean, if you live there and enjoy that kind of shit.
I feel like it'd be like Groundhog Day or something. Like, I feel like you would want to just blow your brains out after like the first week. If you live there and you go to the fair like every day that week, and then you're just like, it's the same day. You know that Key and Peele sketch where they keep dying and waking up every the party don't stop for 3 straight days, and they're just trying to kill themselves, but the day keeps starting over and they keep ending up at the party. I feel like that's what it is. But I don't know.
You know, our Missouri State Fair lasts 11 days.
Never been. I mean, I've been in Sedalia when it's happening, and it's hellaciously busy. But
yeah, it's still cool.
No,
I've never actually been to the State Fair.
No, all jokes aside, I'm sure that it's fun.
Honestly, I would be more into the carnival games than anything, obviously, because I don't ride roller coasters. But
I like the small rides, the things that don't go high. Like maybe they just kind of go in a circle. I don't know.
I could like the teacups. I'll dig the teacups, but I don't really like spinning.
That's why we should just overdose on Dramamine and then go on the teacups. So not only are we not going to get sick from all the spinning, but we're going to be just seeing our nightmares come to life.
While spinning.
While spinning. Spinning shadow people. Dude, that would be kind of scary, dude. Dude, can you imagine? It's like, because you say you're in the teacup, right? And the teacup vibe, it's like you're almost in your own little spinning world, right? It's like everything's blurry outside of it. So you're just kind of like seeing who's across from you, and you're like, whoa! Do the shadow people present themselves in the blur? Because I don't know what would be more terrifying, to see shadow people in the blur, or to see a shadow, like be looking across from you and there's a shadow person in the fucking teacup with you. I don't know what that.
And when we were at Walmart, didn't you see that that it was like there was that Dramamine. What was it, Dramamine?
Oh, it was chewable Dramamine. Yeah. I forgot what I even said about it, to be honest with you. Just making your nightmares delicious, or
that was like making your nightmares chewable.
Yeah, chewable Dramamine, dude. That shouldn't be a thing. You're adding. Why would you throw fruit in the mix? You know what I mean? You're making it fucking delectable to be fucking dying and live, eyes open.
When your nightmares become chewable, it's so funny.
That's a good album. That's a good album name too. When your nightmares become chewable. Dude, I'm gonna write that down. That's a good fucking album name.
Yeah. Oh, you'll have it written down and video recorded written down.
I realized though,
well,
when I record video, sometimes I'm like, yes, at least I got that recorder on video, but I still never. There's so many ideas that are out there on the YouTube, on the show, and I don't even know they're there anymore because I don't watch back usually. I just kind of like clip the ends off and then put it out there. Yeah, guys. So this is our first day off so far, other than obviously the first day, but that didn't count because we just left a day early. So, but this is our first day off. We went to the where did we go? Oh, Forever Young Records in Dallas,
dude,
and that was one of the most absurd record stores ever, in the best way.
Like, you walk in and it just open up. Like,
dude, there was an enormous selection. There was literally, like I said to the cat when I went to the register to pay for the records that I scored. all I'm thinking about is when I walked in there. Normally, we go to a record store. We're on the road when we're on the road, and I maybe find one record that I kind of want. Sometimes I'll find something golden, but we walked in there and I literally seen just about every record that I've ever wanted.
Yeah, dude. It was...
Virtually every record I've ever wanted. And even like the really niche ones like Congo funk and like African stuff, I found that Congo funk record and that's all I'm thinking about. It's like that time, do you remember the elusive Chinese rare grooves or Oriental rare grooves from that place in KC?
Yeah.
That I was like, man, she played it for us and I was like, all I thought about for like weeks was that record and I still think about it. It's like the one that got away. You know?
Did another one get away for you?
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah, a
kinda.
few of them got away to me today.
But I know where it is, and it's in a really. That's what's cool about being into like a very niche thing. I know I'm not the only one, but at least it lowers the chances of somebody else getting it before I can get back to it. You know what I mean?
That's very true. Very
it's like
true.
it was tucked under a row, like they had the records under the actual top part.
Yeah.
Well, the international section was under everything, and it was in the very back, like hidden. And I just so happened to. I even like halfway through was like, dude, there's nothing in here. I'm not gonna fucking keep thumbing through shit. And then I hit it, and I was like, that hurt actually. I don't know why I did that, but I was literally like gasped. And first of all, let me explain to you. I don't know if anybody really cares, but I told myself I was like, I'm gonna go into debt if I find Primus's Brown album. I found Primus's Brown album. I am now in debt to some degree. Also, I found Glass Beams EP Mahal, which I don't know if you know who the Glass Beams are, but they're so super fucking dope. They're kind of like Krung Benny, but like Indian, like Indian. We got a car coming. Okay, shoo. We're right by a drive-through. And I'm afraid I knew when I set this camera up, I was like, I'm afraid we're in an empty parking spot.
right
yeah, so they're just going to run right into us. But, and then Nichelle wanted the Gorillas Plastic Beach, which she wanted it, but I'm actually glad that she made me buy it because I think other than Demon Days, Plastic Beach is the best Gorillas album.
I have Demon Days on a compact disc.
I do as well. It was actually the first CD that I ever bought with my own hard-earned allowance.
I think around 2018 is when I bought that one.
Oh, dude, that's such a good album.
Me and Michael passed that CD around, and then he ended up buying one, and then he gave me it back.
It'd be a good one to get on vinyl too, but it'd be a good one to get on 8-track. Just kidding.
8-track is better.
That's kind of wild. I never thought about that. I don't think they make 8-track, like new 8-tracks. Like nobody would do that. I mean, people make cassettes, but I don't know. But yeah, Primus's Brown album, Glass Beams, Mahal EP, and Plastic Beach by Gorillas is what I scored today. And pretty swell haul. Now the first 3 days of tour, and I can't buy anything else, which is kind of saddening, to be real with you.
Yeah, I found all of Sleep Token's albums, and they're like $40, $50. I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah. That's what I said earlier. It's like music in general, whether you're an aficionado or a musician yourself, it's one of the most expensive habits, or passions more so. I don't want to say habit because I don't look at it. I feel like habit's kind of like a negative connotation to it. I'm passionate about it. It's almost just like when I get a new record, it's almost like getting a new instrument almost, or a new pedal or a new amp in a smaller way, obviously, but it's like that same feeling. I'm like, I've captured a piece of history that if I take care of, it'll exist forever. I don't know. I like that. I like the idea of vinyl being like that. Because like a tape, you can tear a tape out of a cassette and it's done for. You can obviously scratch a vinyl too, but that's what I'm saying. If you take care of it, you can play a vinyl forever.
Yeah, dude.
But yeah,
Fucking finals, beautiful.
for sure. We have, like I said, we had our day off today. It is now nighttime. We are all fed, and I'm recaffeinating now, which is always my downfall. I'll be up till 5 a.m. probably. Tomorrow we have another day off, and I think we're gonna go for a hike or something around the Waco area, because we're in Waco after tomorrow, the day after tomorrow.
Hopefully get bit by a tick and get half a gal, you know what I'm saying?
What?
That's it. Get bit by a tick and get half a gal.
Fuck's that?
That's where you can't eat red meat.
Oh, I didn't know what it was called.
Yeah.
Is that like exclusive to Waco or something?
No, it's just like you can get it anywhere. Just ticks are just carrying it more, starting to carry it more.
Oh, you mean just in general going on
Yeah.
a hike and getting it?
Just
Well, they do call it the Lone Star tick. And this is the Lone Star State.
Oh, we needed. What was it? Yesterday night when we were driving down the highway in that fucking car.
Oh yeah, dude.
It, like had no wheel on it. Like, but it was like it looked like it was no wheel, but it was like tucked underneath the car, and you could smell the brakes and everything on it.
To me, it literally looked like it was they just didn't have a tire, and it was just like. I feel like if there wasn't, now that I think about it, if there wasn't a tire, it would have been like, you know, leaning.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. But it looked like they were just like, and it was just the most awful fucking smell ever, dude. That was one of the craziest things I've ever actually seen
I thought
on the highway, anyway.
Thought they were gonna hit the exit, but no, they were like right on the highway. I was like, damn, dude.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious what was going through their head or what happened, but because that was like right when we were leaving the venue, they pulled in front of us, so like we were behind them for a long time.
Yeah,
but yeah, dude, that was fucking crazy. Oh, and let me explain before we get off here. Let me explain, because if this gets edited properly, future me. If this gets edited properly, you will have seen a little clip of me talking about the parking space. And I just want to know if this spot is any bigger or any smaller, sorry, my bad, than this spot. This is apparently 2 cars wide, and we were told to move because we were taking up too much space, because apparently the van is 2 cars wide. I don't even get it. I'll explain later. So when we had to pay for parking because the state fair was happening at the same time, right? So we had to pay $30 to park next to the venue, okay? And the venue given was right across the street from the state fair. That's why it was so expensive. The further you got away, obviously it was cheaper, but we decided we wanted to be close, so we paid $30 to park. She shows us to a parking spot, and given there is a language barrier, she was of Indian descent, I believe. India, not native. I don't know. I just want to specify that. But of Indian descent, and she didn't speak perfect English, and obviously I don't speak a lick of her language, Arabic or whatever they speak. I'm not sure, but she shows us to the parking spot. We park there, and then later we come back because we were a few hours early for the show. We loaded in, and then we walked around a little bit, and then we decided we were going to go have a little snack before we finally went into the venue for the night to enjoy the show and play some music. But when we were out there, she comes back and she's like talking about, I don't even know what she was saying. She started talking to you first, and she was like basically saying that like it's a spot for 2 cars and we're taking up 2 spots. And it's like, we already paid and you showed us to this spot and told us to park in that spot. I get out because I'm trying not to be a dick, but it was like you can't argue with her. And I was trying not to be a dick, but I went out there and I was just like, let me see. And I walk out there and I'm just looking, and she's like, either move or move over closer to the car, like one of the cars, move over, right? There's absolutely no way that 2 cars could have fit in this parking spot. And it was so aggravating, but I was like, no use in arguing. So we moved to a new spot that she showed us to. It was the same size parking spot.
Like to the T almost.
Yeah. And I when we parked and we went back inside, I even said this to Space Camp. I was like, if we come out here and there's 2 cars in the spot we were in, okay, I'll accept it. And I'll totally admit my wrong assumption. But if there's only 1 car parked there, I'm going to be fucking pissed. What happens is we come out there and there's 1 car in the parking spot that we were in, and there's no way another car could have fit in there.
I remind you, this truck is like probably almost a little bigger than the van.
Oh yeah, it's like one of those like big old diesel trucks,
yeah,
coal rolling fucking things.
So I'm going to blur out this license plate, but this is the spot that apparently could fit 2 cars in it.
But it was just so aggravating, and you can't argue, and it was kind of silly now that when I look back on it, but
so funny.
I just hope that then come to find out is that from Richard, they have trouble with that lady all the time. I guess she's like a huge troublemaker in the community, in that region of the community. And yeah. So he thought that she was giving us a hard time just because she knew we were affiliated with the Craft and Growler. But we don't know, and we'll never know. So we will live on and be happy and merry. And I hope she has a great day. I hope she has a great life. Because, try not to be so bitter. I don't know.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Like, okay, yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah. I said this. It's like you want to be such a dick, and you have all these like, oh, fuck her. I'm going to slap her or whatever you're going to, what you have all these negative thoughts about her, and you're like screaming like, whoa, I'm going to give her a piece of my mind. And then as soon as you're face to face with her, you're like, thank you. Have a nice day.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't have it in me to be a douche.
Be a condescending asshole.
Yeah.
You're like, I love you.
That's the thing is like when I'm like, thank you, have a good day. I mean it because I don't have it in me to be like rude to her, but I feel like a condescending asshole for saying that. I feel like she views it as me being condescending. You know what I mean? Like thank you, have a good day, bitch, or whatever. She's not a bitch. Okay, I'm sorry that I used that. It was just for the sake of the joke, but she's not a bitch. She's a swell lady. I think that she was just, maybe she was having a bad day. We don't know. But I don't know. We don't know. We don't know her life. But guys, guess we'll go ahead and check out of here. We'll catch up with you on the morrow. Stick.
Arson crackers.
I kind of forgot what I was going to do is I was going to look back at the footage before and see where we left off, because I never remember where we left off on our.
It was
You got something green on your forehead. Now it's in your hair.
Shit. You know what? It lives there.
Now it's guys, we're here somewhere, I think in Temple, Texas. I don't know. We just went for a hike. Oh, that's what it was. So yesterday, I think was the last time that we filmed, and we were talking about going on the first hike.
No, did we? We didn't film. It was the day before yesterday.
Well, either way, I think.
We had the show yesterday.
Yeah, and so we. Yes, wait. So when did we go on the last hike? 2 days
Wednesday,
ago?
Tuesday, Monday.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well,
Somehow
my chain of
I'm
events.
Fucking keeping track of time for some fucking reason.
I'm just kind of like floating. So I'm like, I'm not really keeping track of the sequence of events, but it is what it is. We went for a hike on Monday or some day before. I know what order events happened. I just don't know what. Actually, I don't even think I know that.
We came up with that fucking dope ass idea for what was that riff riff thing?
What, a riff weaver?
Yeah,
I don't know if that was. I think we filmed after that.
No, that was the last time we filmed, because
Okay.
we were talking about nightmares as chewables.
Yeah. Well. Anyways, I don't think that we might as well not sit here and waste our time trying to figure out what we filmed last and just film this. But guys, so yeah, we're here in Temple, Texas, and where we left off on our adventure here, we went to. I don't even remember the name of that park that we went to. I don't even.
Nope.
Yeah.
All I remember is Jacob's Ladder. That's it.
Yeah, there was a place called Jacob's Ladder, which was a big, steep staircase that we didn't.
Hatonka.
Yeah. Well, there might be people that don't even know what that is. But Tonka is a thing in our town, kind of near our town, that is a old castle relic. But it's kind of the same vibe, I think, but a little more. I don't want to say that, because Tonka is pretty busy. I was going to say that this park was way busier, but it doesn't matter. It was a fun time. We got lost a little bit,
which was fun.
Well, we got lost today too on another hike, but
they were just asking for
it. What, today?
Yeah.
Yeah, today we're at a place called
Miller,
yeah.
Miller something.
Miller Springs Nature Center.
Yeah.
And it's somewhere around Temple. I think we're in Temple, Texas. But
Belton, I think.
Belton,
it's because
Belton, Texas.
that big ass mural over there.
Yeah, we went through from Troy, because we stayed at a Love's in Troy, Texas, and then we went through Temple, and now we're in Belton. Anyways, our show last night though was at the the Performing Arts Community Center in Waco.
It was just cool as shit.
Yeah, it was not what I expected. It was almost like set up like if a school was a movie theater. You know what I mean? It had it was almost like a learning center. It was a community center, I guess.
Yeah, like a lounge with a bunch of games and then all instruments you could just play on. And then it had like a ballet, like dance floor with the mirrors and shit, dude.
The actual concert floor was the dance floor, which I thought was kind of cool. Like if you're playing a show where the audience would be was a dance floor with a big mirror. It was kind of neat.
Yeah, but sick as shit.
But yeah, they do like all sorts of things there. They do like music, theater, film, dance. I thought it was kind of interesting. Big shout out to David, the executive producer.
Yeah, he was cool.
Yeah, I didn't actually ask him, but I looked at his name tag and it was David Corkill. Not to name drop, sorry, dude. Corkill, and I was just like, you're either a that's only a name that a robot or a supervillain or both would have. A robot supervillain name. I am David Corkill. I don't know. I just feel like he would like have a bunch of computers in a cave somewhere that he's just triggering havoc amongst the town. Not him, just his name, based on his name. If I didn't know him, but
So funny.
yeah. I mean, I try, but no, he was pretty cool. They did claim though, because I was looking at their menu because I seen that they had coffee, and they claimed to have the best coffee in Waco, and so of course I had to
Try
see.
it.
Yeah,
It was good.
yeah, and it was good. Can I say? Well, technically, I haven't had any other coffee in Waco, so to me, it was the best coffee in Waco. But
So in
it
a
was
way,
pretty good.
So in a way, that statement is true.
It got me fucking. It got me doing this.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. That reminds me of Julie Louis-Dreyfus from Seinfeld. I don't know if you watch Seinfeld. If you remember that dance she does.
No.
You never watched Seinfeld?
No, not like that. My dad hated Jerry Seinfeld.
Dude,
so.
I can't stand Seinfeld, but Nichelle was so into it, and it's like I didn't want to like tell her to not watch it, so I watched the entire show with her because I kind of had to. But it turns out it's pretty funny. It really is. I'm not a huge fan of Seinfeld.
No. Honestly, sorry, Dad, but all my life he's always told me that he hated Jerry Seinfeld.
I mean, he's not like a great, like, I don't think he's like that great of a comic, to be honest with you.
The airline peanuts is probably
Just like, what's up with that?
It's probably the best thing.
He does have some really wild observational shit that like you never thought you knew about. Like when he's talking about how there's one instance where he's talking about when you're taking a shower and there's the hair stuck to the wall and you try to like throw water at it. You ever do that? You try to wash the hair down the side. It's like there's like things like that you never think about other people knowing or other people doing, and you're like, oh shit, other people do that. Now I don't feel like a fucking weirdo, but it's just kind of that vibe. And
yeah,
it's like the other who was it? After we recorded with Tape Side and you left, we were kind of standing out there while Nichelle was burning wood and stuff, and I mentioned briefly about to Miles about having your arms like this in the shower and letting water build up in your arms and then dropping it.
Dude.
And he was like, dude, I never thought anybody else did that or thought about that. And I was like, bingo, dude.
I do that same shit.
Yeah. It's just fun. I don't even remember what got us on the subject of that, but dude, what else happened? What's up? What else has been happening? What did we do? We covered the car with the tire. That was a long time ago with this squealing fucking thing. We covered the lady that made me move.
Oh yeah, that was funny. Still funny.
I mean, what else has happened here?
Oh,
I don't know. Just we played that show. Oh, the bands. We played with Clash of the Sun and Keep the Kids. And Clash of the Sun. I'm just gonna be honest. This is a show about honesty. Okay, and let me I want to frame this correctly so I don't seem like I'm throwing any shade because
don't be discouraged.
It's like keep doing what you're doing. Absolutely. Everybody has their starting point. And they're just
at their starting point.
Yeah. And
I'll give them big credits that they can work together and not really know
Well, okay, no, I have to disagree with you there because that's, I think, was their biggest
Okay.
mistake, in my opinion, was the fact that they weren't paying any attention to each other. There was the guitarist with the long hair and the braces. I forgot his name. I'm sorry, buddy. I don't know if I caught your name at all, actually, but he had you could tell there's something brewing in him because he was the only one that was like jumping around and like,
Yeah. Yeah,
you know what I
no,
mean? He
they,
was like, he's having a good time and I'm loving watching him fucking do his thing because he was just like, I mean, he was all you could tell it was the equivalent of like,
there's a monster inside of that
yeah,
kid.
you could tell like they're still in that baby deer phase. You know what I mean? Like they were like, I think their ages were like what 14 to 19 years old, and it's like every one of us was awful.
Oh,
I don't want to.
God, awful.
We were all bad. We were all. You got to be
Terrible.
shit before you can be good. I'm not saying they were shit.
Oh, not
I'm
at
just
all.
saying like they they're at they're very early and they're very new.
You can't even them being in the early stages of being musicians. You can't really say that they're terrible. You know.
No, you can't. Yeah, and that's
Like,
why it's like, for lack of a better phrase, I really feel bad for uttering the word awful.
Yeah, no, because it's not even like that. No, it's like it's just beginning stages. Is like you can't know, and that's fucking cool that they got up there and still did it. That's fucking
That's step one.
yeah. That they're doing the shit, like,
Yeah.
and that right there says a lot about their dedication and their passion for it.
And their uniformity too. You notice they were all dressed alike. I was like, that
It was cool. I loved
that's
it.
a beautiful thing. Whenever like,
I'm like, how old are you, fucking kids? Jesus.
oh yeah, they were talking about getting geeked out.
I was like, what? What did you say? Geeked out on Dr. Pepper
was like,
and
you just
fucking
drink-
Pixie
yeah.
sticks?
No, it was like, no, I said I used to get geeked out on fucking Taco Bell sauce and pixie sticks. But we were talking about when they were like, we're getting geeked out. It's like, did you just stay up too late drinking Dr. Pepper and eating too many powdered donuts? Is that what geeked out to you is?
That's obviously not my definition.
We're talking crystal meth, dude.
And
We're talking cocaine.
pills and shit.
Which I didn't even want to like say anything.
I
Oh no,
didn't
I was
either.
like, oh, we on that trank shit. Because they were like, are you talking like fentanyl? I'm like, nah, dude, that trank shit.
Yeah.
That's not funny to joke about, but it was funny in the moment. So if you're not a square, you'd think that's funny, but you know.
No, them kids were great. Fucking awesome. And then
Yeah, they were fun and very like I was hearing them talk after,
it's very entertaining.
and they were like just excited to be doing it.
Yeah.
And it's like that's what counts. It's like if you that excitement. Honestly, this is the thing. Yes, skill comes with practice, and the more you practice, the better you'll get. If you the hardest part is maintaining that excitement and that motivation and that drive, and they have that. And it's like if you have that, everything else will.
Oh, dude, they were jumping around, enjoying themselves. That's what it's about. Like, you know.
Yeah. I will say, you probably could have done a little less sound check, meaning your sound check was like 2 hours of just hitting stuff, but you were having fun, and that's cool. No, you remember every time we were talking, I went to say something, and they would just smash the drums. Like, this was also 90 minutes before the show, the doors even opened. Yeah, I love them though.
Yeah,
I totally would love to. I totally want to. I love keeping up with bands like that because I love to. There's so many bands that I probably had the same opinion of a long time ago, and I see them now, and I'm like, dude, you guys fucking shred. You know what I mean? I can't name one off the top of my head, but I know for a fact that I like noting the progression of these younger bands. Like, it's so cool to see. and it just makes me proud of them. So I'm excited to keep up with them and see how they go. Even though they're not my vibe, they're like a death metal type of vibe.
Yeah, deathcore.
Yeah, but fun guys. Keep the kids. First off, big shout out to Jason, father of the bassist,
Daddy.
and Joshua, who was
Cigar Man.
with the newsie. Yeah, he seemed like he would be. You know what? Have you ever played the Saboteur? Do you ever remember that game?
I don't
It was
know.
Grand Theft Auto, but in the world during World War II France, and you were part of you were an Irishman and helping the French resistance.
Oh yeah, I've played that.
Yeah. He just reminded me of the Saboteur. Like he should be just like walking around, like running around, like fucking killing Nazis and stuff. I don't know why. Or he should have, instead of over his newsie, he has an army helmet and he has a big cigar. And I don't know what I'm getting at, but he was just a cool dude. He was, for Keep the Kids, the guitar player, singer, and the drummer were brothers who were the kids of Joshua, the Saboteur. And then the bassist, his dad was Jason. The only reason I'm framing them up accordingly to their dads is because I talk to their dads way more than I talk to them.
I think honestly, their dads do a lot of that talking. I felt like.
Yeah.
With them kids, man.
Dude, they were wicked.
Yeah, and that drummer, man, just for being 3 years, dude, he was doing shit that I couldn't do at 3 years.
Yeah.
Like I was like, holy shit, dude. Like,
well, it probably helps that he isn't on crystal meth, but
when I wasn't on I wasn't on meth until after high school. I was doing psychedelics and shit. Well, at that point in time, still
he kind of struck me as not that type of dude, but you never know nowadays. I see some straight laced dudes that fucking microdose mushrooms now, yeah. So, but that was a joke too, Space Camp.
I know.
If you can't joke about it, then what the fuck good is it?
Right.
Okay. But no, Keep the Kids. These are Waco bands. I want to reiterate there, but who the bass player? They're all like quirky in their own way. Like the bass player forgot his strap. I guess his dad was telling me that he's like all the men in their family are like the type of people that will like leave the house like 20 times because they forgot something and they'll go back. And so I guess he like went back and forth forgetting all of his fucking shit, and he left and didn't go back for his strap, so he just had his foot up on the thing. But he still was he fucking slaps. He had like that good old boy vibe to him, like flannel shirt, cowboy torn boots, up jeans, and the cowboy boots. Yeah, but he like slapped the bass. Not literally slapped the bass, but you know what I mean. He was getting after it. Yeah, but he was fucking cool. And what was it? Oh, the drummer. He was really good for only playing for a few years, and then
very energetic.
Yeah, they had this weird. And I was telling him it was like they had this like they called themselves punk or rock. He said we're just rock and roll, which is cool. That's solid. That's a very vague term, which that's a start whenever it comes to like not trying to like put yourself in a box. You know what I mean? Just because rock and roll is a very vague term to me anyway. But their dads were like, yeah, they're like punk rock. And it's like, yes, they were punk rock. They had that just like the drive of punk, but they would do certain things that were not even, I wouldn't correlate or to punk music. They would do like these certain like breaks, like understandably so. It's Waco, Texas. They did like weird like country breakdown, and I was like, when they did that, I was like, this is fucking sick.
Yeah, it was a, what would you say, puntry?
Oh yeah, punk tree. Yeah. But then he did the very last song they closed with was like kind of heavy, and like there's punk in there, but it's like not punk. Like you'd have to just go follow Keep the Kids Waco, Texas, from Waco, Texas, and listen to them. They're fucking wild. And there's something about, like, his dad was telling me that the singer guitar player, it's like they've been, all of them were like raised in that environment, like, because they were music, or his dad was a musician.
Jason said that he's a drummer.
Yeah, but he never like toured or played out ever. He was just like a hobby drummer. The Joshua, he had a little run with a band and everything, and but they were raised in that environment, and so like it's understandable that he seemed so comfortable up there. But I'm saying, like, they all had their own little personalities. The singer, though, it's like he was such a good leader, and you could tell that there was, like, they're on to something, like with this like weird little deviation from punk music. It's like, I don't even know how to explain it. They just like busted my toe. But
The whole thing is nasty.
but you gotta let it bleed out. You gotta let it bleed. But yeah, so Keep the Kids, they were just fucking dope. And I really seen, it's weird to see, like I was telling his dad and Jason that it's like he could be up there just bombing, but I'm like enthralled by his presence. And I was like, it was talking about, well, I keep saying this, and I think this is an important thing to keep alive, but it's like, or to keep reminding people of, is like the whole thing with Nikki. It's like, it's not just about playing your instrument and being on stage and doing your thing, or playing the songs. It's like, it's the person behind the instrument, the way you get from point A to point B, the way you do it, how you do it, and the energy that you put behind what you're doing. And it's like that, they had that, and I love seeing that. It's just as it, moral of the story, it's equally as satisfying to see a new band try as it is to see a band that's progressing, like the first glimpse and the peak at like their, who they are, if that makes sense. It's hard to put into words exactly, but like just the vast progression of things is amazing to see, just from band to band to band. But shit, what else did we do? We went on a hike today, seen a mural. That was cool.
They tried to make us get lost. That was
Yeah. Actually, I want to kind of ask a little question here too for the audience. It's not like an insightful question like normal, but what's this? Sorry, guys, hang on. Silence.
that he didn't. You should see this fucking notebook, guys.
No, I was kind of curious. So
Not organized.
I mentioned earlier that we went to some record stores, or not earlier in this segment, but in like segment or two back. And we've been going to some record stores, and I had this crazy idea, and I ran it by Nichelle. I called her and asked her about it, and then I asked Space Camp about it. But just kind of curious if anybody would be interested, any vinyl heads out there interested in, they don't really travel or get out a lot, if they're interested in record store reviews. Because I've thought about, I've been writing down things, because I'm such a Nazi about, I don't want to say Nazi, but I'm such a little bitch when it comes to record stores sometimes. I always get aggravated with the way they're organized or something. Not that I know shit because I've never owned a record store. It's purely from the perspective of a vinyl nerd. But I always have something to say, whether it's good or bad or both. And so I'm like, man, I've been scribbling down what I like and dislike about record stores I've been to. And I just want to know if anybody would actually be interested in something like that because I don't see a lot of people doing it. And not that my opinion matters. I just think it'd be fun to do. So let me know in the comments, and we'll. I don't know what else there was to say about today. To be honest with you, did we do anything else?
No, I don't think so. I mean,
We
we got
didn't encounter any fun people or do anything.
no.
Wow.
He's been kind of yeah.
Let's just cut it there. I just want to start this episode off with something that's really actually kind of bothered me today. Why is time only measured in increments of 60? What they do with the other 40 seconds, I'm starting to get pissed.
What do you mean by that?
Everything else is measured in 100, right? But time is in 60. You know what I mean? So whenever it hits 59 seconds, it's technically 99 in time because it rolls over to the next number. Where did they put the fucking other 40 seconds? I'm going to have to Liam Neeson some fucking Father Time or some shit. Because I don't know what he did with it. I think we're on... my brain is a cacophony of conspiracy. I feel like I'm losing my shit. I'm all I can think about is this time conspiracy.
Where did the other 40 seconds go?
I think that they're in some like Yugoslavia or something. They're being trafficked by a sex ring. I'll go ahead and say that. I don't know what that has to do with time, but dude, I legitimately was thinking about that today. I was like, why is that like the only thing? Like money, you have 60 cents and that's $1, you know what I mean? Like, I'm on to you. Whoever you are. The government, the Father Time, whatever you are. But
what happened to the other 40 seconds?
I'm genuinely confused. But guys, we are finishing up this episode. We kind of got a little sidetracked, which we will get into as this conversation pursues or ensues, whatever, Dr. Seuss, whatever you want to say. But I think where we left off, I had to look earlier as to where we left off because I totally forgot. It was we just kind of like filmed a couple of times while we were on the road, and then I don't remember. I didn't ever look back at anything, but it was.
We were sitting next to the.
It was at the when we had the second hike.
Yeah.
It was right after the pack in Waco, so there was like literally half the tour that we didn't even. And so many events, so many fun things happened because, as you obviously know, tour is never not a nightmare to some degree. Yeah, so where we left off, it was we were at the park and I was talking about like reviewing fucking record stores, and we were talking about the fucking saboteur guy, the newsy guy, the dad of the group at the pack. And where did we go from there is the question. I don't even know. So let's break down these events first. The shows that we played. So we were in OKC, and then we went to Dallas,
and then we went to Waco, and then we were supposed to be in Austin,
and then Houston.
which, holy shit, I got to see the Comedy Mothership, and those of you who know, I don't want to say, I was kind of a pussy about it. I think I was a little afraid to do anything other than just look at it. Like, I didn't want to, I kind of, now that I look back at it, I was like, man, I don't know if I have it in me to, like, get out and walk around and even, like, walk by it. Like, it's, like, that sacred to me for some reason. I don't know. It's literally, like, a fictitious fucking place. It's like, I don't know, man. It's like Wonderland, or yeah, it's like Wonderland. It's like I found myself falling into some sort of weird comedic rabbit hole that Joe Rogan owns. I don't know, fuck. And so it was really strange to see the Comedy Mothership, because I was like, everybody, like, I was like hallucinating. It was like everywhere I seen, I was like, oh, is that? Who's that? That's the guy from Kill Tony. Oh, that's Tony. That's not Tony at all. But I'm like, oh man. And then I start like, it's the only thing that I'm like, I lose my shit over. Like, in my head, I'm like, oh dude, what if I meet like Casey Rocket, and then me and Casey Rocket become like best friends, and then I'm best friends with Casey Rocket, and then we move in together, and we're just roommates.
Yeah, just come up with this whole fantasy.
Yeah. But then I'm like, obviously sane enough to be like, dude, shut the fuck up.
Come into reality.
Yeah.
Just hanging out with a rat in the fucking back
Yeah,
alleyway by a
fucking, I
dumpster.
got my ratatouille. Yeah, who makes me sandwiches and stuff. But
But the sandwiches come from the dumpsters.
yeah, and that,
From the
hey,
restaurant.
if they're
Right
in a
next door.
if they're in a big bag, I mean, and they just threw it out that day, I probably wouldn't be above it, to be honest. Well, but yeah, sorry, my crazy fantasies. But we got to Austin, and sadly we had the show in Austin, which was the one I was the most excited to play because I love Austin. Fell through, and then we had another promising gig in Austin, which also fell through. So we were kind of like, whoa, we're in Austin. And so that's why, yeah, that was Austin. It's pretty uneventful. So I feel like we just dealt with a shit ton of traffic for no reason. But it was still cool to be in Austin and see Austin, I think.
Yeah, that was cool as shit.
Yeah. Just because Austin, like I said, it's like the whole city is kind of like a weird storybook thing in my head. I don't know. And I will say, it is way different than the rest of Texas. I felt like, not to be all like hippy dippy doo wah about it, but it's like I felt different there than the rest of Texas. Like, I'm gonna be honest, and sorry Texans, but you guys fucking suck, dude. I've probably already said this. I haven't reviewed the rest of the footage, so I may have already said this, but you guys, and let me specify, when you're behind the wheel of a vehicle and on the highway, you fucking suck, dude. Stop it. Quit it. We're all getting from point A, trying to get to point A to point B, and you guys are just fucking think you're the only one trying to get from point A to point B, and that we just don't matter to you. That just is what it is. And that brings me to another point, is I'm realizing that machines are what make us dick smashes, dude.
Yeah.
You think about this. What are the two places that anybody, the nicest dude in the world, right? What are the two things, or the two places that will make the nicest person flip-flop into the biggest fucking dick? A, behind the wheel of a car. B, behind the keys of a fucking keyboard, right? Machines, dog. We shouldn't be operating these things, I feel like. I don't know. Or at least we shouldn't be interacting with each other with them. I think that's fucking crazy to me. I was thinking about that. So, maybe we can build some kind of mech suit and to make us strong and big and transcend realities, and then we can go find the other 40 fucking seconds of time. Sorry, I just got a crazy idea. I'm gonna be honest. I went from being on the road for 2 weeks and just being out in the open and being able to like talk to people and see people, and like you can't really be in your head. So I've spent like the past week in my head just like catching up on my like inner conspiracy. Like I'm literally like, man, am I a real person? Like I don't even fucking know. I'm just fucking losing my shit lately. I'm just like scribbling things down, and then I'm like, whoa, what is this? What does this even fucking mean, dude? So I apologize if this is some sort of schizoid rant for the first 30 minutes until I get my fucking. I also haven't been sleeping well, but that's beside the point. But oh my god. But no, after the pack and after Austin, we drove to Houston, which Houston is a whole other story. Houston, we played at a place called the Black Magic Social Club. And I don't know if you guys have ever seen that Key and Peele sketch where they're just like, why? They're just in a vampire club, and they're just like rubbing on each other. And the one vampire's like, dude, we're just vampires. Why is everything so like have to like inherently sexual all the time? It was that kind of club to me. It gave me that vibe. It didn't. It looked like that club, but it was definitely not that vibe, obviously. But it was a very like occult like club. I mean, it's called the Black Magic Social Club, but everybody was pretty nice, and we met. Oh yeah, that was the first of. Well, it only happened twice, but that was the show where everybody's name was James. Like, there was the door guy. Yeah, the door guy's name was James. The bass player of the first band's name was James, and I feel like there was a third James. And I was just like, what the fuck is going on here?
Oh, no, and then it happened again.
Yeah.
But like twice.
Yeah, and it was all
Chris's.
Yeah. But that was like everybody's name was Chris. Like, the James thing in Houston was like, yeah, there was like 2 or 3 James. But I feel like when we went to, which was our last, it ended up being, we'll get into that, but we ended up meeting like an entire like gaggle of Chris's, like a herd of them, a fucking horde of Chris's. Synonyms for groups of Chris's. That's what I'm getting at. But no, but Houston was pretty cool. We when you play a lot, when you play in like consecutive shows like that, I start to realize like I'm like, man, I'm tired of saying the same shit. Like, once we got to like the last show, I'm like, I don't ever like say the same shit on stage, but it's like to lead up to a song, it's like, who's got a cool superstition, right? I always say that because I'm genuinely curious, but I'm like, man, nobody, like, one show somebody answers me, and it's kind of cool, and then another show, like, nobody says fucking anything. That was a show that, like, nobody really gave me anything other than that one dude, which he was like, you never put hangers on the bed, which never heard that before, but I haven't put hangers on the bed since I've heard that, which I think this question is ruining me, I think, but the coolest part about this guy, and I can't say, I don't even remember, I'm going to be honest, I don't even remember his name. So, this is kind of easy, because I was going to say, I don't want to name any names, but I don't fucking remember his name. I don't remember anybody's name. Everybody's fucking Chris, okay? Or James. Yeah. But I started talking to him, he came up, he bought a shirt, he was very nice. He really dug what we were putting down, and he was ended up being a homicide detective which I thought was the coolest fucking thing in the world because I have like a weird fascination with true crime and stuff like that. And Nichelle thinks I'm a fucking psycho because it's the only thing that like makes me feel something. I know that sounds crazy, but it's like that's why I'm into true crime is because like if I watch like a funny show, it's like haha, this is funny, yeah. But like to see to see somebody die or get murdered or like I'm like I feel like obviously I'm like empathetic to that. Like, dude, they lost a family member. Like, really feeling an emotion is why I'm super into it. But this guy was fucking crazy, and he was a homicide detective, and he was talking about oh my god, what was it? I asked him if he'd ever seen anything fucking like culty or something like that. I can't even. Dude, I have no idea what I even asked that guy.
Did you tell him about when he's saying something about being bored?
Oh, that was his superstition. That was his actual superstition because, he's the way he explained it was that he was a homicide detective, which AKA is essentially to anybody is just a cop, and he not just a cop, but to the average Joe, it's like that's a cop, and cops have a bad rap ever since this whole COVID thing, and then the other shit that ensued around that time period. The ACAB culture is still very much alive in bigger cities like that, and so he was kind of like nervous to say that he was a cop, but he was talking about how he didn't want to say that while I was on stage, but his true superstition was the fact that you never say you're bored while on the job because that means somebody will die, which makes a lot of sense because like if you're just sitting there doing paperwork as a homicide detective, you got nothing to do, and then you're like, man, I'm fucking bored.
And then everybody hears it, and it turns at you.
The universe.
Like, well, fuck, somebody's gonna die.
Yeah. The universe will answer by fucking killing somebody so you have something to do. But it was super funny, and the guy was like super nice and strangely had a very good sense of humor and was very jolly about his job. It seemed like I would mention something super morbid about it, and he would like snicker, not in like a ha 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 this person got fucking murdered, but it was like if you're not laughing, you're crying. It's a terrible job, and he was basically explaining to me that you had to have a good sense of humor about it, or else it's a fucking torturous job. But he also told me that the hardest part about it was the family calling the families, and like you can't find anybody, like it was just like a gang related thing, and they had no evidence, so there was nothing to go off of, and it's like trying to explain that to a family that's had this episode's taken a dark turn, but he basically explaining that it was super hard to for families to call in to him and ask about the updates on the case, and it's been like 5 years and he hasn't had anything,
and they still
nothing
call.
new. Yeah, and it's like,
super
dude,
sad.
which that I gotta backtrack just a little bit. So when we were about to leave for Austin, so I was just speaking about Houston, and we were in Austin before Houston, so I have to backtrack a little bit because I forgot the chain of events here. So I apologize for the jumping around, but those of you who know us, we have a big van, and the van has the back end of it is partially converted to a camper, so there's a bed in there, so we sleep in the van, so we don't have to get hotels and spend a bunch of fucking money and whatnot. But so we usually will stay at like rest stops or Loves, almost Loves exclusively because we love Loves. But we were at a rest area right outside of Austin, and there was this couple there, and I've been trying to like conjure this guy's name all day because I knew that I would be explaining this today. And I only remember the lady's name because she kept saying it and she added me on Facebook. The other guy told me his name, but I do not remember. So I really apologize. I know it started with like a C.
Chris.
No, that was her name, actually, which is fucking weird. Now that I haven't put that together yet. That's fucking weird. Okay, but their story is fucking crazy. So they live in their car, right? And what the weirdest thing about it is, and I'll give a precursor here. So they were there the night before, and they had like their doors open and like towels over the windows so that nobody could see in, but they could keep their windows open and everything. And I probably should have checked those before coming back, but
I had my foot on it. I didn't realize it moved.
this is the perks of having a shit homemade studio in the basement.
Someone took a shit.
Yeah, somebody's fucking taking a fat shit.
Someone took a shit.
You took a shit. You fucking. I almost said something like a word that I would get canceled over, but
That's why you got bleep.
Sorry, yeah, I'll say you fucking. I just said that word that I said I wasn't gonna say, and then I'll put down below that I actually didn't. But I just opened my mouth. Ooh, whoa, that I didn't mean for that to even come out of my mouth. I just involuntarily vocalized. But no, their story. So they were at the rest stop the night before, and they had a dog. The dog's name was Jill. Jilly's on smack, and she won't be coming back for the holidays. But Jilly, this dog, they were parked, and they let her out of the car, and she just like left. And I'm up pretty much till like 5 a.m. usually. So I'm like sitting there and I'm watching this dog, and I'm like, they're at just a rest stop on the side of the highway, and they're letting their dog just like, nobody's like supervising this dog. And she like walks off, and she like goes to the bathroom and stuff, and like wanders around the rest area. And I'm like, dude, their dog's gone. Like, they don't have a dog anymore. You know? Jilly's on smack, and she won't be coming back. But, no, but then out of nowhere, this dog comes trotting back and just hops back in their vehicle. It was gone for like an hour, right? So it was kind of crazy. And I didn't think anything of it. And then I wake up the next morning, they're gone, and then we do our thing, like make coffee and all that shit, and then they're back. And I go to the bathroom, I come out, and they're parked in the same spot, kind of, but right next, no, not in the same spot, they're parked next to the van this time. And so I'm getting in the van, and I hear, we were about to leave, and I hear, hey, I like your van. So obviously I'm not going to, free fucking conversation with a fucking stranger? Let's do it. Order it up. And so I'm like sitting there talking to him, and he's talking about my van, and then we start getting more and more into the conversation, and they start like spewing their story, and I was like enthralled because okay, this is the craziest part. So they live in their car. I didn't ask, but I assume it was by choice, because they didn't seem like they were that upset about it. And they seemed like they actually enjoyed living in the car, right? But obviously we know that there's many, many factors at play when it comes to that sort of situation. But it's obviously kind of rude to just be like, hey, do you fucking like living in here? Or is this like your thing? Like, you know what I mean? It's kind of, I feel like I'd be rude if I asked. But it was kind of crazy because I mentioned that we were musicians, because they were like, what are you guys doing? And I was like, we're musicians, we're on tour, give her the whole spiel. And she was like, I'm a musician. And I was like, oh yeah, okay, that's cool. What's the deal? You still play? And she was like, so this is the fucking crazy thing. Her grandfather was a Holocaust survivor, right? And he survived, obviously, the Holocaust. And I think he escaped. I think is what she said. Because I think his grandma made it out, and so he escaped to be with her, right? Which is fucking. I got fucking chills. Multiplying. It's electrifying. But he like breaks out or sneaks out. It's whatever the fuck. He makes it. He survives the fucking Holocaust, and he starts building violins, right? He's a luthier, and he starts crafting these violins, and she's from France. And you could, like, I was like, bullshit at first, but then, like, as she starts talking, you start realizing these, like, nuances in her voice, and I'm like, you're fucking French, dude. This is kind of nuts. I was like, for some reason, if you're, like, legitimately French and I believe you, then I believe the rest of your story. I don't know why. It's like French. I don't know. I'm a fucking nutcase when it comes to that. But she starts telling me the story of how she was brought up brought up playing the violin as a classical trained violinist. And like the trombone and shit. Why does everybody start on the trombone? I think that's kind of weird. But everybody I meet that's like, yeah, I'm a guitar player, but I started on the trombone. I'm like, dude, I did too. It's like the weirdest thing. I don't know, but that's beside the point. But she starts playing. She starts playing the violin, and it's like the only thing that keeps her going. You know, is playing the fucking violin. And then they're living in this car, and she actually gets robbed, and it's one of her father's violins that he built, and he's obviously super dead, right? And so there's no way of identifying it because it's one of a kind. So I doubt it had like a serial number or a identification number or anything. Like most, like on the the headstock, there's a serial number. Like I could look it up and find it if it ends up in a pawn shop somewhere or something like that. Hopefully. But she couldn't find it, so somebody robbed him, took the violin. She's like, her life's in shambles. Then she figures out she needs a heart transplant, right? And they can't afford it, and the hospital buys her, like they said, like 6 days in a motel, and that was all they could do for her, so she could rest. And then after that, she's like, I don't know what else to do but go back to work. And like, so they're just, then that's where they are now. She's living in this car, no violin, a bum heart, a bum ticker is what they'd say, but a bum heart, and they're just there, like scrapping metal and like delivering stuff for people. And it was just like super fucking crazy. And it's one of those things that's like almost so outlandish. You're like, should I believe this shit? But then, I don't know, there was something in her eyes that made me believe it, because she would like, you know what, you ever have those stories where you're like, this is fucking bullshit, and like, but you can see when they like look in your eyes and their eyes are welled up, there's almost like tears, you know what I mean? It's like they're there in that thing, and they're sharing this experience with you. And that was what it was. I was like, dude, I believe you, and I don't care if you're fucking lying or you're like schizoid or something. I believe you. I don't care about anything else. It's kind of weird, but I don't know. I really valued that experience, or that encounter. But it was just interesting. It's crazy to me, the cast of characters that you meet when you're on the road. Like, I almost don't care about anything else. Like, it's fun to meet these people. Okay, now fast forward, and now we are Houston. We covered the homicide detective. We met what was the first band? The Fatal Jets. They were very nice. They kind of dipped after their set, which you could have stayed and had a good time, but I get it. And then St. Judas and the Black Hymns, which was another two-piece, and they were like slide guitar, fucking soulful, kind of thing, and then a drummer with his train beats, and they were pretty fucking good though. I'm always jealous of somebody that can play the slide guitar, just because I can't, and slide guitar's dope. But I think that was the only other two bands, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, and then we forget about the story that we have to bring this up. I know it was upsetting to you, but we accidentally let a crackhead into the venue through the back door, and
I got yelled at.
yeah,
Pissed me off.
yeah, but he
was super nice, so he apologized, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm part owner." It's like I just have to say shit like that, and I was like, "It's like I get it." And I was like, "You know, I'm a sensitive little bitch sometimes." And he's
yeah, because I went in there, I literally was like, dude, like like I get it, but there was.
I was gonna come back in. I was just needed time to like.
Yeah, but there's this thing in me that it's like, there's nothing we could have done. We can't put our hands on that lady. You know what I mean? And yeah, we could have there is things we could have done. I'm not saying.
Of course.
It's just it all happened really quickly, and thankfully nothing crazy happened. She just walked in there and then he kicked her out. But that's why I was like, I gotta go talk to this guy. And I was like, dude, I'm sorry. I don't know what we could have done. I mean, I know what I could have done now, but in the moment, it's a whole different story. And I was like, my buddy's upset, and we really just want to clear the air and apologize. And that's why he came out there. He was like, dude, he didn't say he didn't give a shit, but he was like, dude, I just have to, like he said, he's like, I just gotta say shit.
Yeah, he's like, I gotta, you know. And he was like, I understand. He was like, just the way, you know, tone and everything,
Yeah.
you know. And
that's why
point time.
Yeah, that's why I feel like tone is everything. Like I could be like, you know, I could be like, hey, how was that drink of water, Space Camp? Or I could say, how was that fucking drink of water, Space Camp?
It's still
funny. That was a bad example. I'm full of bad examples, but you get what I'm saying. It's like, hey, can you do this thing for me? And then you're like, yeah, sure, man. Or it's like, hey, can't you do it? You know what I mean? That's a good example.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I will be here all week with good examples. No, I'm just kidding. But and then after Houston, we went to New Orleans, I think. Yeah, we didn't have a stop between there. New Orleans was kind of crazy. It was how would you describe New Orleans?
Right off the bat, we're dealing with drunk people.
Oh, yeah. Hey, I'm going to do this real quick, though. I got to piss really bad. So, hang on 1 second. Because we will get into that. If you want to talk to yourself and tell the story, you can.
Oh, how do I do that? Well, anyway, anywho, yeah, dealing with drunk people is just, New Orleans was just nuts. I can't even remember their names. They were nice, but like the female was kind of, you know, how a drunk female gets usually. Not to. I'm trying to be sexist or anything. Because that came off completely sexist, but it's not. You know, you just white girl crazy, you know, type shit. just rambling on and whatnot. And we were loading in, and I don't know if it was what I can hear. They were like, because when we were walking in, she was just like telling this crazy story, made up story about
This drunk lady.
yeah about us hitting that dude with a chair and all sorts of shit. And I was like, what the fuck? And then her friend came out of the door, and I was like, oh, these guys pointed at us, and I was like, fuck.
I guess I didn't even catch that. I guess I didn't even know she told a outlandish story.
Yeah, I know they both did. It was wild.
Oh, is that why those people were pointing at us?
Yeah,
it's like,
dude.
what the fuck are you talking about?
they were talking, but they thought we hit them with a chair, and my first thought was like, okay, we're loading instruments in. Why do you think we're gonna and we're out of town? It was like, why do you think we're gonna hit somebody with a chair?
I would hit her with a chair.
Yeah.
In like a wrestling type of way. Like, for entertainment.
Yeah,
not because I'm angry. But, no, yeah, I'm going to be honest. I have no, and I'm going to say this because she'll never probably see this. And I, will probably never see her again. And knowing my luck, I'll probably run into her at some point, and she will have seen this. I don't know, but, so I'm not going to say anything crazy, but I cannot stand. I have almost no patience for drunk women for some reason. Not just drunk. Okay, let me scratch that because it sounds a little sexist.
I said the same thing. You'll have to watch it.
Okay. But this sounds a little sexist, so I gotta scratch that. I have no patience for drunk people in general, almost and it's one thing if your buddy has like a beer and he's like pretty much normal. It's like, that's okay. But the people are like, dude, come say to me, what you doing to me? You gonna talk to me like that, dude? And it's like, dude, I haven't even said anything. Or it's like, you know what I mean? And they're like she would, cause she would like rant, like there was at one point she's like, are you fucking mad? I'm like, no. What are you talking about? And she's like, you I don't like, you coming at me like that? I'm like what? Like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, it's just, there's a point when somebody gets so drunk that they obviously just make no fucking sense. And I'm just like, dude, can we just have a good time? Do we have to have a real conversation? Like, that's the thing is like, why do you have to get what am I trying to say here? It's like, when you're drunk, just be wild, have a good time. Don't try to like talk. You know what I mean? Like, and she was like trying to like talk to me about things, and I'm like, dude, I don't know what you're saying.
Yeah.
And but the guy was fucking cool. I liked him. I didn't dislike her. It was just, it's very hard for me to pay attention to drunk people because we're just on a whole different like plane. You know what I mean? They're intoxicated and I'm not, and so it's like I don't expect them to be having a good time with me either. You know what I mean? Because I'm not at their level. Like, our vibes aren't matched up. We're on two different wavelengths. But it is what it is. But that was Saturn Bar in New Orleans, which was
very
fucking cool.
Western saloon.
Yeah, in like a weird like Fallout type of way. Like, it had this like almost like neo-futurist, or not neo-futurist, what do you call that? Like retro-futurism almost, in a weird way. Even though it didn't really have anything futuristic in it. It just gave me that vibe. Like the Saturn Bar thing, it's like the fucking like Nuka-Cola thing in Fallout. It's like, that's what it reminded me of. It was just super cool. And I did get a little bit of footage. I'll put it up somewhere. But I just the outline, the what do you call the what am I trying to say? The layout. God damn it. The layout of the fucking venue area. I walked around with the camera, and it was just cool because it was like just you're on like the floor, but there's like theater seats in like a fucking balcony around it upstairs. Like it's a little staircase. I thought that was pretty interesting. And then we got a green room with a little couch and a little sink, and that was cool. But and what was that? Hobo Gadget Junk Band was on the wall. I thought that was the dopest fucking name I ever read. Yeah, man. That was pretty cool. We played with Bone Orchard. Did you already cover this? I don't know what all you said while I was gone.
No, it was mostly just
Drunk Girl?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You didn't say any racist slurs or anything, right?
No.
Okay, cool.
No, I said something about, like, females being, like, stupid. When I was like, oh,
whoa.
No. I was like, not like that, but, like, just I was like, oh, that's sexist. Let me, re-say that. And then, yeah, it was funny. This is basically what you did.
Hashtag cancel Space Camp. No.
Just basically the same thing you did.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not sexist. It's
I
just drunk
like, well,
people.
that came out.
Yeah. Well, that's what we do. We just say shit sometimes, and it gets me into trouble. But, not really, but... No, we played with a band, two bands. First band, we played in the middle. There was Bone Orchard, which, honestly... was one of the more unique bands that I've seen in a while. Like just the guitar playing was like he had a thing. Do you know what I mean? It's like there's guitar players that fucking shred. Obviously, there's good guitar players, but this guy, like, when they have like their own thing, like they're even if it's like a overused. You start to there's like a fine line between like a one trick pony and then like that's the way they fucking play, and that you know what I mean. It's like he had like the first song I was like, oh dude, that's kind of cool what he's doing on the thing on the guitar. Is like just this like weird like I don't even know how to describe it. It was very like hammer-ons and little. It was almost like a jig, like Irish jig type of vibe to it. It was very, very cool. And was totally, like, it was totally up my fucking alley. I almost said asshole. But it was totally up my alley. Down my alley. Up my alley. Sideways. Fucking the schnozberries taste like schnozberries. But, it was just really cool. And then as every song after that, it was just like, oh, he's doing that's like his thing. That's what he does. That's how he plays. And so I was like, dude, I want to be best friends with this guy. He's a very good guitar player. And the other band was really great too. But this guy, in my opinion, that band had something unique to them, and I really enjoyed it, especially like the drummer. I mean, he was an older guy, but he had like the fucking like hand like thing he made that had like the spring on it and shit, and it was just their use of rhythm, and it was very almost Latin. It was very jiggy. Is that too close to a slur? Jiggy? Okay, cool. I just want to make sure that we don't get canceled over this episode in general. But it was just really cool. It was very hoppy and bouncy and fun. And then after us, we played with Hypno Nun, which is solid fucking name, Hypno Nun. I don't know. I love that fucking name. And they were like funk rock type of vibe, and they totally ripped too. They did a couple covers, though, which isn't a bad thing, but I guess the other band did, too. They did Where Did You Sleep Last Night? But they did it. Yeah, I think that was the only cover they did. But,
at least the one that I reckon.
Yeah, but Hypno Nun, they fucking shred. They were all really good. Solid drummer. Like they were they were a little more jammy than the first band, but oh yeah, the bass player, dude. That dude.
He was fun to watch.
I could not take my eyes off of him. I almost said I cannot keep my eyes on him, but it's quite the opposite. Or I could say I couldn't keep my eyes on anything else but his beautiful face and bass. I don't know what that means, but we're all having fun, right? How's everybody doing out there? Oh my god. But yeah, great bass player. The guitar player was super good too, but he just reminded me of young Neil from Scott Pilgrim. You've seen?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He just had that, like, you're just young Neil. Like, you fucking shred and you're great. And young Neil's the actor's a dope actor. And well, that's bad luck. Dang, dude, we're gonna get haunted now. Haunted by Golden Goat. But Hypno Known was fucking dope. I really enjoyed them, but then we bounced out of there after yeah, that was the one where everybody's name was Chris. So yeah, like I think there was, and they all went by Chris and then their last names, obviously, because they can't all just be Chris. I just want to be like, hey Chris, and then just like look away and see how many of them like look to see who said hey Chris. That'd just be funny. It's like Hey You Cow. Have you ever played that game? Hey You Cow. It's where we used to play when we'd like drive around. Smoking weed was illegal, and we were in high school. And we lived the type of lives where we weren't, like, our families weren't cool with it. You know what I mean? So we would have to like go drive around and smoke weed or find creative places to smoke weed, and we would drive through like backcountry roads and stuff all the time, and just roadie for hours all the time, every day usually. And we'd play Hey You Cow, it's only a game you can play when you're stoned out of your fucking gourd. It's like you pull up to like you're driving down a dirt road, and there's a farm with cattle, right? And you slow down or you stop in the road, and you roll the window down and you say, "Hey you cow!" And you get a point for every cow that actually looks at you.
I love that.
Yeah. It's like, hey, you, Chris. And see how many Chris's look at you. But, yeah. We used to play that. That was fun. But, yeah. But, after New Orleans was where everything got a little more interesting, I think.
Yeah.
So, this is something I legitimately can't get into because I don't feel comfortable with it, just because, but there was, early in the tour, I receive a weird email. This is as far as I'm going to go with it, right? Okay. I receive a strange email, and it's about the tour. I'll say that to some degree. It's anonymous, so I don't know what this means. I don't know anything about it. And so I'll say that's red flag number 1. And so I'm kind of a little wary, but I just don't care, right? So I just kind of move on with it. And then a band of this particular show drops out. He hurt himself. And that's red flag number 2, right? And the universe speaks in threes. I believe that wholeheartedly. And so there's that, right? And so we're on our way through Mississippi. We have to drive all the way through Mississippi in order to get to our last show, which I don't even want to say where it is because I don't want even anybody to put 2 and 2 together here. So try not to say where we were headed. But we were headed to. That one I'm not gonna bleep, so it's just awkward and weird. But I'm even gonna put under it. There's supposed to be a bleep there, but I wanted this to be awkward and weird. But So we're heading to the last show, and I don't know if you guys remember not our last tour, but 2 tours ago. I think this was our March tour that this happened. But right before we leave, I had to pass inspection, and I needed all my ball joints replaced. So I had my brother replace all my ball joints. We're on the road. We were in Terre Haute, Indiana, and we were going like 30 miles an hour down this back road, and my front, the passenger ball joint failed, just snapped off. So we're just like in the dirt, blah blah blah. We get it fixed. So they fix it, and then I didn't even think about it, the other one being the same brand and everything of ball joint. And this was the thing too, is everybody I told the story to, I was like, man, I'm really thankful that we weren't going 75 miles down the fucking highway.
We got that option too, didn't we?
Yeah. And so I think the universe was like, I got something saved up for you. And the whole time, I don't know if you felt it, I think we briefly talked about it, but as the tour went on, I kept thinking, like, this is going too smoothly.
Oh yeah, I was feeling that too.
Like, this is not, something's gotta fucking give, dude. This is weird. I almost didn't feel comfortable with how smoothly it was going. I was like, it's like building up. It's like, can something just like a couple little bad things happen? Why does it have to like build up to like one big finale, like fucking coup de grace, fucking
I'm ready
killing?
to go home after that kind of type shit.
That's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
I mean, but so we're driving through Macomb, Mississippi, and we're going through. Not only is it 70 miles an hour down the highway, but it's through just shitty road work. And I don't even know. I thought we blew a tire, right? But we're just driving, and you just hear this bang, and then just smoke is filling like the cab, and I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" I do not legitimately. I was explaining this to somebody the other day, but it's like there's that difference between sympathetic nervous system and parasympathetic nervous system, which is parasympathetic is like a fight or flight mode where you just go into autopilot, and that's exactly what I believe happened whenever that, because you were like, oh, how did you get us from over here to over there? Fuck do I know, dude? I don't know. I checked out. Like, the human mind is so fascinating to me, because I've been thinking about it since it happened, and I'm like, I don't know how, because I'm not a fucking professional driver. You've driven with me almost more than, well, probably not Nichelle, but other than Nichelle, you've ridden with me more than anybody else. It's like, I can't parallel park. I am an avid user of the Austin Powers method. I'm not.
Can't back up without help.
Well, I drive alone space camp sometimes.
I mean,
it's just easier with a. You know what I mean? It's like I can back up. It's just, hey, I got a second pair of eyes. Why not use them?
Well, fair enough. I
but
didn't think about that after I said that.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool. I mean, I get it, but I'm not a great driver. I can drive and not die, but I'm not like a fucking NASCAR driver or I'm not fucking baby driver, like heist getaway driver type of dude. Just not the fucking Italian Job or whatever that movie is. But yeah, I don't know how we got there, but somehow I got us into the most dangerous spot of any, other than just being in the middle of the highway. I feel like
it was more scarier than it happening.
Yeah, it was like we're in between the on-ramp and the highway perfectly, like we're in the lines, like almost like a parking spot. I feel like if we were any further forward, we would have been sticking out like in the thing. So not only was it a shitty and really dangerous spot for us, but for the tow truck driver.
And construction.
and construction. So it was one lane on that highway. And yeah. So what basically, as you can probably fill in the blanks, my other ball joint failed on the driver's side, and we were going down the highway, so all the smoke was like pretty much what my fucking axle just like and just making a big bunch of smoke. And yeah, it was one of those. Also, I mentioned this to you. It was like one of those also like fascinating like smells. Like people that are like, man, I love the smell of gasoline. I don't know what it was about that smell, but I was like, can I just like mainline that smell? Just like, I don't know why. To me, I was like, I want to just smell that. It did get a little sickening, like as time, like because it started to dissipate, obviously, as we were driving home, but it still lingered for a little while, and I was like, I did get to the point where I was like, I don't know if I like this anymore. But when it initially happened, I was like, oh, dude, put this in a fucking bong or something, like fucking order it up, right? I'm gonna fucking what do you call that? Fucking steamroller this shit. Steamroll this fucking shit. I'm gonna fucking put it in my fucking nose and live there rent free. Just be there forever. But no. So yeah, that happened. We ended up having the coolest fucking tow truck driver named Thomas. I remember Thomas because he was fucking rad as shit. But dude, this guy, I don't even know. I don't know what it is. I don't know if he just didn't have shit to do that day, but it just seemed like he just gave up his whole day to like help us. That because we were in we were with this dude for like a good portion of the rest of the day almost, like. And he was like being like a fucking dad about everything, which is kind of funny to me. Because he was like, you want me to go talk to him for you? And I'm like, yes, dada, please. I don't want to deal with this. And no, but he was just a super nice dude. He hung out with us at the fucking. He took us to a shop that was a little more reputable than the one that I was trying to. That the insurance company was going to send me to, and they got us all fixed up for a good price. And then he ended up taking us to the motel. He was even going to give us his Airbnb, but it was booked, which I thought was weird. Or not weird, but like that was just crazy. It was just meeting so many nice people on the road is so cool to me. But then we ended up having to get in a cheap motel, and then the motel clerk was super nice. I thought it was weird that he knocked on the door the next morning and was like, "You're leaving yet?" And I was like, "Dude, we'll be out in like 10 minutes, dude. Just chill." But he was like super nice about it. He was just trying to clean the room, but super nice dude. I thought it was funny. He was like, "You drive that tow truck?" I was like, "No, we're being dropped off." He's like, "Oh, we don't have a big parking spot for that." And I was like, "I'm being dropped off, dude. It's not gonna stay here." And at least I didn't do a Russian accent that time. For some reason, I couldn't do an Indian accent because he was Indian, and every time I was trying to like do his accent, not in like a mean way, just like it's fun to do accents, and but I kept doing like, "Oh, welcome to Moscow," like I was doing that like for Indian, so I'm trying not to like, yeah. But anyways, so yeah, we almost died for like the third time, and it seems like death is always kind of in the back seat for most tours. Death is just chilling. He's like, "I'm gonna throw you a little bone, or I'll throw you a little fun little thing. Maybe I'll snap your fucking what are you karate chopping? Karate chop your fucking ball joint in half, or something like that, or what was the last thing? Oh yeah, maybe I'll just decimate the entire oil system in your fucking van with some fucking desert heat. That's fun too." Nah, but yeah. So getting back to my thing is the universe always gives you signs in three. I feel like danger and everything happens in threes, and that was kind of like we were on the way to the last show, and it was like these other two things I said, oh, I don't give a shit, oh, I don't give a shit, and then it's just like, hey, fucking give a shit. The universe is like, hey, I'm going to physically stop you from going.
Yeah, dude.
And then Nichelle even was talking to her on the phone, and she's like, maybe you should listen to your gut more. And I was like, that is probably true. But not only was that why we didn't end up going to the last show, it was also that our safety was in question because the van needs some front end work. They fixed the ball joint, but it needs a little bit more work and we were just kind of a little nervous to go to a last city and then drive home because it was like 10 hours. It would have been like 8 to 10 hours total. So we just went home, and I hate canceling things, but it was just a little too nerve wracking, and yeah, man, that was sure.
Sorry, I had to hear it.
It's quite nice, actually. But guys, I will say, and if you made it to this if you made it to the end of this episode, I'm really appreciative of you guys hanging around and listening to our little story here. I hope you enjoyed the road footage and stuff like that. I hope you check out all those other bands we mentioned along the way. I just let us know in the comments anything. Just say, talk to us. That's cool, But also, I will say, because I probably didn't say this in the beginning because I didn't review the footage, but by the end of the year, which is closing in, I want to get to my goal of 333 subscribers. So, if you feel so inclined, hit the subscribe button. And if you are subscribed, tell your friends so we can have more subscribers and we can have a wider fan base.
Bribe them with cookies.
Yeah, or something, or toaster bath, not toaster baths, toaster pastries. I don't know. It's kind of funny because I'm editing the Girthapalooza episode right now, and that was like the theme from like the whole episode, or that whole show, that whole Girthapalooza. I don't know if you remember, like whenever we hit the stage, I started talking about throwing toasters in the pool. Well, then, as I didn't even realize, but so many people after that mentioned toaster baths, and like throughout this whole thing, so that's just this fucking like string of like just suicide or death by toaster, just kind of like is woven into the story of Girthapalooza 2025, and so. I had this crazy idea last night. I was like, I'm writing a song called Toaster Bath. Don't have an angle yet, but I'm like, Toaster Bath. Be fucking dope. But guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. We made it home safely. I wouldn't say unscathed, but we made it safe. So 333 subscribers by the end of the year. Come on, guys, help us out. Hit up phantomsam.com for all your merch needs. Because, you don't have to come to a show just to buy merch. You can buy merch. If you're a fan, you can buy it online. It's cool. We have that option as well. You just keep a lookout for all the fun stuff. I think we do have I did mention in the 100th episode that we'd be releasing a single and a jam album. And so we will be, that should be scheduled out soon. So keep an eye out for that on all streaming platforms. With that being said, guys, we are going to live with cause and leave results to the great law of the universe. We are going to pass each and every day in peaceful contemplation, patient, and all the while remaining present in our lives. So, after this episode, go outside, touch some grass, kiss a tree, pet your dog, I forgot how I say this every time.
Your wife.
You're going to fucking touch your wife, kiss some grass. I don't know.
Stay funky, y'all.
Hug your dog. I don't know. My dog's an asshole, but we all know that. But Space Camp, I know you already said it, but Space Camp.
Stay funky, y'all.
And without further ado, we have just brought to you
Art of the Jam.
Art of that Jams, everybody.
This confetti just flies everywhere.
We just hire pyrotechnics for every episode. That'd be fucking hilarious. Not even I guess confetti wouldn't be pyrotechnics, but confetti technics. Confetti technics.